Hello everybody, Naughty Nana Does here. Good to see everybody. I'm on the mend here. I really am. Got a few little glitches in the throat there. Breathing's a little, but it's not bad. I'm up, I'm kicking, that's all that counts, right? As long as we're up and we're doing shit, that's the main thing. Now today, I want to talk about that debate with Dr. Oz and the illustrious John Fetterman last night. You know, John Fetterman had his time last night. He really did. He had a few rough patches, but you know what? He didn't stop and he didn't back down. He stood his ground. He knew he screwed up sometimes and couldn't get the words out, and he just stopped. When his time was up, his time was up. He didn't overstep himself like Oz did. Now, if you like my videos, give us a thumbs up, please. And if you like your family and friends, why don't you share this with them? That'd be a good thing, right? And please subscribe to my channel because I really appreciate it. And I love all the support. I want to thank you so much for your concern and all your support over the last almost 3 weeks. Whew, it was a rough haul, but I'm still going. Just saying, I'm glad to be back. So anyway, let's get into Mr. John Fetterman, shall we? I made some points here. So number one, you know, he was introduced. That man stood there with dignity and grace, and he just kept on keeping on. You know, he was a bit nervous, you could tell that. But who wouldn't be after suffering a stroke and then trying to make a comeback in front of all those people? Like the whole country was watching this time. It wasn't just the folks in Pennsylvania. I'm just saying. But anyway, he explained the situation right off the hop about the stroke and everything else and how he's coming across and everything else. They even asked what if he'd produce his doctor's records and stuff like that. Why does he need to produce his medical records? He's already got a letter from the doctor saying that, bam, he's good to go. He's fit. He can carry out his job. He has no restrictions. He can just go. Isn't that good enough for anybody else? It's good enough for your boss at work. And what's he going to be? We're going to be his boss. I think it's good enough, right? If you're a citizen, good enough for you. That's all that matters. He's got the okay from his doctors. What more do you want? You want to know what his last heartbeat was? How many times he had a shit? Is that what you want? The rest of his medical records? That's none of your business and nobody else's. I'm just saying. But anyway, he explained all the situation. And everybody was worried about him stammering and stuff like that. You know what? He went ahead and did that. He showed up, did his job. Not like Herschel Walker that had a heads up on all the questions and everything else and all the subjects they were going to ask about. Just saying. But Fetterman's campaign wanted reporters in the room so they could film the closed caption screens that they had around the room, just so there's no funny business, because they were all saying that Joe Biden had all the questions before the debates. Well, that's not the case either way. But you know what? Oz's campaign said, no, we're not going to have that. No reporters in the room. So I think that's bullshit. I really do. Because, I mean, it could have benefited Oz too, but no, they chose not to do that. But you know what? The moderator said that they were there. That's a good thing. Now, he answered the questions. He understood them. But the Republicans mocked him for being halted. They said he was inarticulate. But yet, they seem to all back that bullshit that comes out of Herschel Walker's goddamn mouth. And Oz lied about being a border state. Again, Pennsylvania is not a fucking border state. They're not. You want to talk about Arizona, California, Texas? Yeah, we'll talk about border states. Pennsylvania, not so much. I'm just saying. Maybe there's immigrants that are going there, but it's not because they're crossing into the state illegally. Oh, come on, just get off that shit. But anyway, he went on about that. Now, see, I'm a stroke victim myself, and as you noticed, I do tend to go off the track a bit. I do. I get a little caught up, and I get frustrated, just like John Fetterman did last night. You could tell he was getting a little frustrated, but who the hell wouldn't? National TV and everything else. He was trying to tie his words together and stuff like that. But you know, sometimes when your choo-choo jumps the track, whether you've had a stroke or not, your choo-choo sometimes jumps the track in mid-sentence. And you have to think a second, like, what the hell was I just saying? Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. And then it gets back on the track and you continue your thought. Now, none of these glitches would stop you from having the mental capacity to carry on with your job. It just wouldn't. It'd be like somebody that suffers from stammers and stuttering. That doesn't stop them from holding on. The President of the United States is a stutterer. And he made it to the President of the United States. I don't think these little glitches with John Fetterman is going to hold him back too much, do you? Now, I understand everything that's going on. I comprehend ideas, dialogue, concepts, ideas, all that stuff. I comprehend all that. I got a stroke brain too. But what he did last night took a lot of guts. He knew all the naysayers that were out there and all the bad publicity and shit like that the other side was giving him. He knew all that stuff. But did it stop him? No, he went out there and did it anyway. He stood his ground. Now, I believe that time limit of 15 to 30 seconds was a hindrance to him, but it would be to me too. And I think it would be to a lot of people. Somebody fires a question at you, 15 seconds, the clock goes off and you got to stop. That's got to play on your mind a little bit, right? I think that's just bullshit. That's what I'm thinking. Now, I'm sure that upped the pressure and caused him to stammer a little more. But you know what? When the buzzer went off, he stopped. Not like Oz. Now, when he's out on the campaign trail, you ever notice when he's talking to people? He doesn't have those problems. He gets up to that mic and his thoughts are pretty fluid. They really are. He has a little hunting and pecking for a word here or there, but who doesn't? And a lot of people without strokes can't speak as articulately as he can. I'm just saying. Now, they're saying, what will he be when he's elected? Well, you know, he's going to be just fine. That's what I'm thinking. You ever noticed how the other senators and Congress people, what they're like when they're at work? Yeah. Let's think about that. Fetterman's going to be just great. Now, I said that John Fetterman wouldn't give any press interviews. That's a load of horseshit. Just 2 weeks ago, he had an interview on CNN. It might not have been Newsmax or OAN, whatever the fuck that thing is, or Fox. But you know what? CNN did an interview. MSNBC talked to him. And he had a really in-depth conversation with Brian Tyler Cohen. So I don't know where they're saying that he wouldn't give any press conference. Just because he wouldn't talk to Oz don't mean shit. Oz is an asshole. I wouldn't want to talk to him either. But you know, he did a really good interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer. And they actually said that he may take a second longer to answer a question or to gather his thoughts. But he's not going to have any problem holding on to the job that he's going to be elected to. Now, Fetterman's doing great now. And you know what else? He's going to be much better come January because that's 3 months away. Now, Oz was going on about abortion and how abortion should be between the woman, her doctor, and the local politicians. Room's going to get pretty crowded if you ask me. Now, he's saying that he wouldn't vote along with federal limits on banning abortion. He's going to be the first bastard in line. As soon as that comes out, that's what he's going to do. He's going to jump on that choo-choo and he's going to ride it. That's what he's going to do. Now, people, I'm just saying, if you like John Fetterman, please vote for him. If you can help him out anyway, donate. If you can't, how about knocking on a few doors with him? Do some phone banking for him, anything. Just help him out as much as you can. Because you know what? After everybody made fun of him from that debate last night, everybody's pulling fun at him and everything else. You know what? That gained him another $1 million in his coffers. And that's people like you and me. People give a shit about people. And he's good people, I'm just saying. So please, Fetterman wants democracy, and he wants everybody to have a shot. Not so much with Oz. Oz just wants his big, rich, multi-billionaire friends to have a shot. That's all, and they don't give a rat's ass about you. So vote blue. Naughty Nana loves you. I'm glad to be back, and I'm going to do another video. I love you so much. Mwah! Sorry I rambled. Mwah! Stroke brain.